Here's a secret that rich people understand that if you ever want to get out of the struggle, you need to understand as well. It's actually not a secret. We're just not openly taught this. When you don't have money, you have to work for that money. When you do have money, you make it work for you. So how do you get from working just to make ends meet and pay your bills over to money is expanding and working for you? You probably don't want to hear this, but the answer is you're going to have to sacrifice, and we'll talk about what that looks like in a second. Here are the milestones you're going to have to meet to get to this other side, and this is the stuff that I'm teaching every single day on my channel because you can do this. First priority is saving up an emergency fund, $1,000 to $2,000 as a safety net, and then you go and you start paying off your high interest debt. All of your high interest debt needs to go. It's non-negotiable. Once you pay that off using an avalanche or snowball plan, you go back and you save your emergency fund to 3 to 6 months worth of expenses in a high yield savings account. Now that money's already going to be working for you, making free money in a high yield savings account, but we're going to take it a step further and start investing your money. I don't mean crypto or individual stocks. I mean things like index funds or ETFs. I have more content about that if you're interested. Now you may be thinking, I don't have enough money to save. I can barely pay my bills. This is where sacrifice comes into play. You want to hit these milestones by any means necessary. That means you might have to get side jobs temporarily. You might have to invest your time to learn new skills that can bring you more money. You have to learn how to say no to friends and family who don't know what your financial goals are. You have to let go of your image, okay? So quit trying to buy the newest phone, the newest car, the biggest car you can afford, the biggest house you can afford. Is it fair that sometimes people have to work 2, 3, 4 jobs just to make ends meet plus try to hit their goals? No, not really. But you can either focus on that and stay stuck, or you can focus on trying to hit these goals and get yourself into a better situation. Working multiple jobs does not have to be forever, but guess what? Like I said, by any means necessary, you need to hit these goals. So if it takes you a couple years of working side jobs and working a lot of hours to finally get to a place of financial freedom, it is worth it, trust me. You're also going to have to do some mindset work because mindset is absolutely everything. Mindset alone, just sitting there thinking about positive things, doesn't get you rich, no, but mindset opens up opportunities that you can't even imagine. When you do a lot of mindset work, you let go of limiting beliefs, you get out of the victim mentality, you start to realize that you are actually in control of your life and you can make anything happen for yourself that you want to. And take it from me because I used to be worse than broke. I had $0 even negative in my bank account, and I was a single mom, very much struggling to get by. Because of all these things I'm talking about, I am now on the path to becoming rich in my future. I also want to talk a little bit about letting go of your image, and I'm going to use myself as an example again. I want a new Tahoe, and I have the money to go and get it. But should I do that right now? Should I go and buy a $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 vehicle when I could be sinking that money into my investments that's going to get me a way bigger return? I have goals and I'm going to hit them by any means necessary. And for me, that looks like me continuing to drive around my paid off minivan because it has no payment. I send that money straight to investments and that money is growing me money while I sleep. Everybody's goals are different. Everybody's threshold for going aggressively at their goals is different. So you have to decide, what does that look like for you? For me, that looks like being content with the material things that I have right now, being content with not getting my nails done every 2 weeks. I do them at home now. And guess what? I don't restrict myself down to the bare bones minimum. I let myself have fun with my money and I still am able to hit my goals. That's because I did a lot of sacrifice up until this point to get to where I am right now. And I'm no different than you are. I promise you. Go look at my story on my page, my journey. It's pinned at the top of my page and you will see what my journey has looked like. I've worked 14-hour days. I've worked multiple jobs at a time. I've invested thousands of dollars to learn new skills. I've done it all. I promise this is possible for you too. You just need to have some mindset shifts and you need to understand that the main goal is making your money work for you. That's the goal by any means necessary, and that is why I'm on TikTok teaching the things that I teach, because this is possible for anybody. So commit to yourself. You're going to do one thing today to get you closer to your goals, whether that is sitting down and making a plan, or you can go to my bio and get my free Money Mastery Basics guide. That will get you started. Just do something that's going to bring you closer. You got
These are the 4 money habits that most people are making that are keeping them broke and how to fix them. Hi, if you're new around here, my name is Dom. I'm a 28-year-old remote software engineer living in Washington, D.C., and I like to make content all about money and financially conscious lifestyle content. So if that interests you, definitely give me a follow, a like, and share this video with somebody who you think will help. Number 1, you're paying yourself last. And by paying yourself, I mean putting money aside for either your long-term or even short-term goals, things like buying a house, retirement. And I tended to do this a lot when I first got out of college, and I noticed that my discretionary spending would increase a lot throughout the month because I felt like I had the money to do so, when in reality, I just wasn't setting aside money for myself. Go ahead and eliminate this problem by setting aside a portion of each of your paychecks into retirement savings or any other goal-based savings account before you do anything else with it. Number 2, your finances are disorganized and all over the place. A clear indication of this is your bills not being paid on time, constant overdraft fees, or limited or non-existent savings. To fix this, you need to start budgeting so that you can see what money you have coming in each month and what money you have going out. Now, I like to manually budget using a Google spreadsheet because I think it keeps me more intentional about my purchases, and the exact template that I use is available for download in my link in bio. But even something as simple as writing down your monthly income and your monthly bills on a piece of paper is a great first step. Third thing is not investing your money. One thing's for sure, to grow your money and to build real wealth, you're gonna have to start investing. Saving money is one thing and it's great, but if you don't invest it, you're only gonna get so far. First, you're gonna take advantage of any employer-sponsored retirement accounts, especially if they offer a match. And then next, you're gonna go watch my other videos on all the other investment accounts that are out there for you, and you'll figure out which one is the best one for your individual goals. And the fourth one is the one that we've all been guilty of at some point in our lives: living beyond your means, or keeping up with the Joneses, whatever you want to call it. Signs of living above your means are things like only being able to pay the minimums on your debts each month, not being able to save any money, and living paycheck to paycheck. The most important tip for living within your means is to understand your cash flow, and the best way to do this is by tracking your expenses each and every month. Listen, all in all, developing good money habits takes time and consistent effort, so just be patient, address these bad money habits, make positive changes, and just build towards a healthier financial future. I will absolutely die on the hill that being able to train yourself to enjoy living below your means is the ultimate life hack. Being deliberate about what and when to buy, focusing on the necessity and quality will save you so much money in the long run and make you so much more fulfilled with the purchases you do make. Here are a few of the ways that I embrace underconsumption in my life. My car is a 2018 Kia Soul that I managed to pay off last December. You will literally have to pry this car from my cold dead hands before I go back to having a car payment ever again. I will run this car into the ground. I make my coffee at home, and no, we don't have a fancy Nespresso or Breville, just our trusty Keurig that we've had for years, and we literally just buy whatever store brand K-Cups are on sale that week. I'm really proud of this next one. I've gotten my everyday makeup routine down to 5 items, and that maybe goes up to 7 items if it's an evening look. I've always felt way more comfortable in less makeup, so I just leaned into that and stopped trying to buy every single product that someone else looked good in. And lastly, I've been very intentional about developing hobbies that I love that don't require me to spend a lot of money, like camping, hiking, working out, and content creation. There's honestly something so satisfying about being able to have a good time without spending any money.
Take from the credit card to pay the credit card. Your credit card installment is due and you don't have money. Transfer the money from your credit card back into your transactional account. Let the credit card deduct from there. You'd rather borrow from the credit card to pay the credit card than to not pay at all. Missing an installment on your credit card can take you about 7 points backwards and affect your credit score.
Machomi, this is what I did to finish paying off my car before the agreed term. I think I was supposed to pay for it for 5 years and I finished it in 3 years and a half. Hello Yella, I hope you guys are good. I don't drive the car anymore. I gave it to my mom and my dad because I decided to get a new one. This is not financial advice, nah? If you need to talk about your finances or about any financial products, please do reach out to an accredited financial advisor. I am just sharing what worked for me. I don't know why I decided that I'm going to take this car, because I could not afford it. The bank said I can afford it, my chummy, but when I checked my expenses, so when I got a more senior job, my chummy, I made sure every time I paid my premium to the bank, I add more, even if it was 200 Rand or 500 Rand. That's how I pushed my debt. What I avoided, my chummy, was increasing my premium. For example, if I was paying 3.5, I didn't want to increase my premium to 4,000 or even 5,000 Rand. What I did was to add monthly on top of that, because the FSP gives you the platform. I think there's a reference number or an ID number that you can use just to send money into that bank account. You can download an app just to check the amount going down. It gives you that motivation. It might be challenging at first, but once you see those numbers going down, my chummy, trust me, it gets easier. If you know of any other strategies, my chummy, please share with us. Some of us want to finish paying off our houses and our cars, and we're willing to listen. How did you do it? Cheers, guys.